Tonight, widespread condemnation and calls for justice as a popular vendor, Victor Morris, is shot outside his home. Residents are breathing a sigh of relief after an alleged notorious criminal is shot dead by police. And meet the new Miss OECS. The details of these stories and more are coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Monday, the 4th of November, 2019. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We're on Flow, channel 117, also being simulcast on Kiss FM Radio. You can also watch via our website. It's www.caribbeanhottv.com or on our free Caribbean Hot FM mobile app. I'm lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. If you work in the Castries area, chances are you may have bought nuts or dried fruit from Victor Morris. He would frequent offices with his basket in hand, offering healthy snacks for sale. He was known to be soft-spoken and pleasant. On Sunday, shocking news was received about Morris being shot. He was shot minutes after he arrived at his home in Balata. He exited his vehicle along with his wife, and shots were fired at him from a vehicle. The incident happened sometime after 7 p.m. The Office of the Mayor and the Castries Constituency Council released a statement saying how saddened both offices are about the shooting of Victor Morris, who was a councillor. He served the Castries Constituency Council for many years. He was well known as a hard-working advocate for the council's policies. He was also described as proficient in all his undertakings and a friend to all. The Mayor's office and the CCC say they hope the police investigation brings closure to the incident and that the culprit or culprits are brought to justice. The United Workers' Party has also expressed deep sadness about the shocking news of the shooting of Morris on Sunday. Morris was a loyal member of the United Workers' Party for several years, and from 2015 to 2016, he served as the chairperson of the Castries South constituency branch. The party called on St. Lucians who are able to donate blood on his behalf at the Victoria Hospital. The neighbors of a 105-year-old woman who was reportedly sexually assaulted on Saturday are recounting the harrowing ordeal that they heard and witnessed moments after the incident. They also expressed how they feel about the shooting death of the man believed to be the perpetrator. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
This yellow police tape lines the scene of a crime that is too horrific for one to even bear thinking about. It is, of course, the place where on Saturday, a 105-year-old was reportedly sexually assaulted by a young man who lived in the area. Hot 7 News spoke to neighbors of the centenarian, and although one declined being on camera, she did not hesitate to express her sentiments on the matter.
Early in the morning, I heard the loud talk. I was on my bed, and I heard the talking. So I'm saying to myself, hey, Dico is talking on the phone. But then I realized she doesn't have a phone, you know? And then I keep her. Then in the talking, I heard she's screaming and she's calling to the neighbor over there. She's screaming and screaming and screaming. So I said, what the hell? So I run out. I couldn't find shoes. I couldn't find things. I run out. And then by the time I run out, the lady had already come out in his and go to his place right there in the bush. So when I went there, I said, oh God, they go in the bush. So I come out and I run by the other neighbor. And then she was coming out and asking her, Dico, what happened to you? What happened to you? What happened to you? And then she's saying how somebody entered on her there and sexually abused her and things, you know, and she's saying she doesn't have any undergarment and then the lady just screaming and screaming and screaming.
On the same day of the incident, reports were made that the police not only apprehended but shot and killed Edward. The neighbor that we spoke to earlier went on to say that she believed his fate was too quick and easy.
You should have tortured him the same way. He think the lady, what record are you trying to break? What record are you trying to break on a 105-year-old lady? That lady, you were living there, you grew up there, the lady was doing things for you all, you're in and out of the lady's house.
Meanwhile, Nicodemus McDowell expressed disappointment that such a heinous crime would be committed against someone who was seen as a pillar of the community.
Well, Mom tape one possible is by Safo. Because on change et pourquoi faire ces qualités ça? Ça va caribel. Because madame n'a levé ma sapiti. Tu m'as dit que madame ça tous les jours.
From Piat in Grand Riviere, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez reporting for Hot 7 News.
Community members in Piat Grand Riviere say they are feeling the hurt for the 105-year-old who was reportedly sexually assaulted on Saturday. One woman says she has known the victim her whole life, and it is beyond unfortunate to see her being subjected to this kind of behavior.
The small community of Piat in Grand Riviere has been left reeling after a senior member of the community was reportedly violated in one of the most unthinkable ways. The news broke on Saturday, the 2nd of November, that a 105-year-old woman was sexually assaulted by a young male from the said area. Whilst driving through the community, Hot 7 News stopped to speak to Delma Jeffrey, who said she was extremely disheartened by what had transpired.
I know this lady from the time I was growing up. And honestly, to hear the news there this morning, that's why I came up that area so I can just see from my grandmother what's going on. And honestly, it's really heartbreaking because at the end of the day, that young man, he stayed right over here. Like from that's actually his grandparents or something, as far as I know. And just as that lady over here, honestly, I'm on that right now. Honestly, it's very touching because when you see somebody is the soul of the land. And that lady, I will tell you, she's the root of Grand Riviere at this point because being 105 years old, that's so gruesome to hear such news.
Jeffrey said other residents are still in complete shock over the news. She said she is hoping for the best for the victim.
Honestly, I'm really actually shaking because honestly, now it's all sinking in. I just pray, honestly, that prayers go out because at the end of the day, I just know it's a soul. And if a soul is dying, and honestly, for something to happen in that way, it can really kill a soul. So we just pray that she recovers and that, God be with her. And I know she's a strong lady. She's resilient. I know she's 105, so I know she'll recover from it. So just, everybody just keep in prayer and so she can recover from that.
A concerned Jeffrey also had one final message to the victim.
Miss Dico, honestly, I'm really, really sorry if wherever you are, you sitting to hear that. That's the twins. One of them, honestly, I'm very, very sorry. And God be with you, and I know you are in our prayers. And honestly, my best and condolences and everything go out to you, honestly. And I'll come and visit you as soon as you get out. All right, God bless.
Hours after the incident on Saturday, it was reported that officers of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force shot and killed Miguel Edward, alias Mad Max, at the Rodney Bay IGY Marina after trying to apprehend him in connection to the assault. Reportedly, Edward, whom according to residents was infamous for terrorizing members of the community, was making an attempt to flee the island. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
The Entrepot Parent Teachers Association says it's tired of the back-and-forth saga which has been plaguing the health of both teachers and students at the learning institution. Parents are being asked to attend an emergency meeting to address the situation. Rochelle Gonzalez tells us more.
Once again, students of the Entrepot Secondary School are being sent home earlier than normal as classes were dismissed by the Ministry of Education due to the ongoing saga surrounding mold infestation at the school compounds.
No teachers at the school. The children are just all over the place. I went to the classrooms. They were there. The mold is very apparent in the school. There's some classrooms where you can see little water. Well, there wasn't droppings of leaks, but you could see a little moisture. The LRC room, I asked to open, but they didn't open it for me. They said the mold is very strong inside there. The counselor's room was not opened either. I think it's infested as well. I have been at the school in the past with especially the counselor's room, and we've changed the AC. They have cleaned up the place. But there's still that smell, that strong smell of it's musty, there's some, you can see the air is not clean.
She went on to send out a call to all parents of students at the school, asking them to come together, to put their heads together to figure out a way forward.
God, I have asked for a day where we can meet all the teachers, and the parents. And on Wednesday, the 6th of November, I have given them a letter to distribute to the students, calling for an emergency parent meeting so that we as parents will take a decision as to what we are going to do for our school. Our children are missing instruction time. Their health is at stake. We need to know what the ministry is doing with the students and the teachers.
As of now, no word has been received concerning when classes will return to normal. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education has given its assurance that it is doing all in its power to address the situations at not just the Entrepot School, but also the Bocage and Sir Ira Simmons schools. The Chief Education Officer, Fiona Myers, says ministry officials have undertaken fact-finding missions at the schools. On Friday, she spoke of measures being taken to address conditions at Bocage Secondary School. A team, including building officers and quantity surveyors, visited the school last week.
It is really important to note that based on the tests that have been done, there are air quality issues, but there's been no mold found at the Bocage Secondary School. In the interest of the Ministry of Education that is proactive about looking at the various issues presented, we have nonetheless gotten a contractor to look at the roofing, in which there were some leaks, and the air quality issues, and work is to be commenced today.
Myers says stakeholders are collaborating to ensure that health and safety issues are addressed in a timely manner.
We can promise, we can speak to the fact that we are taking those issues very seriously. There is a process of grievance, but we are appreciative that when there are health issues that may impact an individual or groupings, we will deal with it as a matter of urgency, which we've done both of those instances. And it is to say that we continue to be vigilant, we continue to be systematic about dealing with those situations as best as we can and making those a priority for us.
The ministry says that over the past few days, in response to concerns of stakeholders, it has undertaken significant work, including deep cleaning, mold remediation, and pre- and post-air quality testing at the various schools. It must be noted that the Sir Ira Simmons, Bocage Secondary, and Entrepot Secondary all had to dismiss classes early on Monday due to a lack of supervision because of the health and safety issues that continue to plague those schools. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come, Castries Mayor Peterson Francis says the city police stands ready and waiting to assist the Royal St. Lucia Police Force during what is traditionally a challenging time. Operations at the Viewport landfill officially end, and the industrial unrest at the Labour Department continues. Stay with us.